She got one sister who lives in Colorado, other one in Minnesota. For many years of their lives, they were apart. They couldn't break their bond now if they tried.
Well, Elise is obviously a very caring and giving person.
It's just a different level of connection that you can really experience with a person.
Elise is a sister that I didn't know that I had up until 2010. My name is Jane Roop, and I am the recipient of a living donor liver transplant.
I'd known from the time I was a baby that I had been adopted, but I didn't have any history on my biological family. My name is Elise Chores, and I am a living liver donor. Jane kind of became, Aunt Jane to my kids, and she was welcomed into our family just as if we'd grown up together.
In 2019, I was on a family vacation, and my husband walked into the kitchen and said, "Hey, your eyes look a little yellow." And I said, "What?" And it turns out that I had something called primary sclerosing cholangitis, which is PSC for short, an autoimmune disease that attacks the bile ducts in the liver. And there is no cure for PSC, and there's actually no treatment for PSC.
And I got a phone call from Jane, and she said, "We have a situation." And I said, "Okay, what kind of situation do we have?" And she said, "Kind of a Black Hawk Down situation."
The only thing that can be done for people with PSC as it progresses is a liver transplant. And my sister was the one, though, that ended up going through the entire testing program with me, and she ended up being a perfect match.
As soon as I knew that she was in need, we just went ahead and started the process. It was never a question of will you or her asking me to do it. It was just we jumped in.
We had the surgery done. They removed 60% of her liver and my entire bad liver, and they replaced it with 60% of her liver.
When we woke up in the ICU, she was one of the first people I saw. She was doing so well, and I was used to seeing her so sick.
Of course, now we're bound together by, we call our liver Lucy. We named her Lucy, and so we both share her. And
to have gone from, at the age of 24, not knowing if I had sisters or brothers or family that were related to me, to now sharing a liver with one, is pretty cool.
That is a major thing to do for somebody. So obviously forever indebted to her and her family.
Both sisters say within a few weeks their livers had recovered. They're able to lead normal lives.